What's up, people? Joe Winko here, your favorite Hawaiian guy, and here's my next episode of Joe Winko Talk. It's going to be a gloomy episode of Joe Winko Talk, and it's going to be really personal and even kind of sad. But anyhow, as I said in my last episode of Joe Winko Talk, the whole point of all my YouTube videos is for you guys to get to know me more. So yeah, and also don't be alarmed by this video at all, cause I am gonna be moving down south, and I'm really excited for that. I'm looking forward to it. I think things will be better once I get down there. So don't be like freaked out or alarmed by any of the stuff I say. I just wanted to be like honest with all you guys about everything and just get my story out there so you guys understand, really. So, as you see in the title of this video, this episode of Joe Winko Talk is going to be about why I think about death a lot. And I do think about death a lot. I've always really thought of death a lot, and I talk about it in my episodes of Joe Winko Talk. Even before I even started this YouTube channel, I've thought about death a lot. Really, ever since I left my uncle, that's when I started thinking about death the most. But even before then, I still thought about death a lot because I kind of been surrounded by death. I mean, both of my biological parents are dead. My biological mother died a couple of weeks after me and my twin brother were born of drug complications, and she was 14 years old. My biological father died in prison in 1998, and the thing is, I actually been alive longer than my biological father has. Because my biological father was born in October of 1976, and he died in January of 1998. I was born in December of 1995, and it's September 2017 right now, so I've already had more time than both of my adoptive parents and much more time than my twin brother. So that's one major reason. But back when I was a teenager, I always wanted to die all the time and everything and be dead. And people always thought that it was because like psychiatrists and therapists and stupid people and all people really, and even people online, when I used to talk about gloomy stuff for my life, like the time when I almost ran away to Arkansas or to die, or when I was almost taken by the necrophiliac, they always say, oh, you have a low self-esteem, you think low of yourself, you shouldn't hate yourself so much that you want yourself to die. In all honesty, it has absolutely nothing to do with that. And to be completely honest with you guys, I actually have a pretty high self-esteem, believe it or not. Yeah, I love myself, but it doesn't have anything to do with that. I don't think bad of myself at all. I don't want to change anything about myself, anything about the way I think or anything, and I never want to change, and I never hope I change either, and I don't care. Everyone on earth could tell me that I'm flawed. Well, yeah, I am. I definitely am, like, flawed, but I don't care about it. I'm glad I am. But either way, I still would never want to change for anyone. The thing is, it's honestly, like, people always think that I hate myself and everything, and that's the reason why I want to die. I know I don't hate myself. You know, in all honesty, it's actually kind of the exact opposite. The reason why I always, back then, I always wanted to die and always thought of death and everything and wanted to be dead, the reason why is not because of what I think of myself, it's what I think of everything around me. Like, I hated all the people in my life, and I wanted to ditch all of them and leave forever. That's the reason why I always thought of death, really. I know that sounds kind of sad and kind of sick and kind of mean, but it is true. Like, I don't like my adoptive parents, and I think it's my autism that causes me not to connect with people at all. Well, it definitely is. But, you know, it really kind of feels like I choose not to connect to people, and, you know, that's honestly true, because I don't really want any friends at all, really. Like, I'm fine just by myself, really. I mean, I do want one friend to meet and who would want to suck on my cock a lot and take me on long road trips out east and down south. I haven't found that yet, but I'm still trying to. But you know, that's all I really want, really. I mean, if I had that, I wouldn't. Well, I would still post like the gloomy stuff, so you guys could know like what was going on in my mind back then and everything, and just so I can get my story out there. But I don't really think about gloomy stuff right now. I'm excited to move down south. I'm really excited for that. But that's the reason why I always thought of death all the time. And because I hated everyone in my life and I wanted to ditch all of them and leave. That's the reason why. And I never really fully understood that that was the reason why until recently. Like, I always know now that that was the reason why. It never really had anything to do with myself. Because when people always would tell me, oh, it's because of your low self esteem, I just wouldn't listen to them at all. Really. I just would never think of what they were saying when they would tell me that. Because it wasn't really self esteem. Like, I didn't hate myself and think I deserved to be dead. It was more like, I don't think I should be here, I don't like being here, and I want to leave. That's what it was. You guys get what I'm saying? It wasn't like I deserve to be dead or I don't deserve to be here at all. No, it's just that I don't like this place and I want to leave. I mean, seriously, I was happy with my uncle, but I don't like it here. There's like nothing here. Life is really boring and I hate everyone and I want to ditch all of them and leave. That's the reason why I always thought of death. Um, but I just never understood that completely until now. Like, it's not that I didn't understand it. It's just that I didn't just say. I never said that till now. I didn't never felt like I had a need to say that, really. But as I said, I want to get my story out there and be completely honest with all of you. What the fuck is going on out there? Okay. But that's always the reason. And people always say, oh, well, the whole reason people always want to die is because of self-doubt. Some idiot told me that on this gay guy web forum. They were giving advice. They were, God, they should not give advice. But that's not true. It's more like doubt of everything else around me. That's what it is. It's not doubt in myself. It's not like, oh, I'll never find the friend to take me on road trips. It's not like that. Like, I'm doubting it myself. Like, I think I can't. Like, well, this is just an example. I just think I haven't crossed paths with the right person yet. But, like, I just think that, like, there's no one out there who fits that description, really. It's not that. I still believe I can find a friend to take me on road trips, really. I don't know where to look, but I might figure out eventually. But that was just an example, really. That's just of how I thought of stuff, really. It had nothing to do with like me not being able to find them. It's just that I felt like they weren't there at all. Get what I'm saying? And it wasn't like self-loathing or anything or self-hate at all, because no, I don't have self-hate. And you know, people still, even then, people still would think I do, and then let's say, oh, it's you have low self-esteem, and would keep trying to put that on me and everything. And you know, that's inaccurate. And because of my autism, I get really pissed off when people say inaccurate stuff, and I kind of have an irrational anger over people's stupidity, like when people say stuff that's false and inaccurate, and it gets me really pissed off. And then it's kind of like a vicious cycle, and then again I start thinking, oh, these people are so damn stupid, I hate being here on this earth with these stupid people, I want to ditch all these stupid people and leave them behind forever. It's like that. Really. And, it is kind of fucked up, but it has nothing to do with me hating myself, because trust me, I don't hate myself, I just hate the people around me, and want to ditch all of them and leave. That's why I thought of death. So it has nothing to do with self-esteem. I'm just making sure you guys understand that, really. And, hold on one second. And people, like, fail to understand that. And, another thing is, as you guys know, I have autism, ADHD, borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, and, those are the 4 I was diagnosed with. I was suspected to have paranoid schizophrenia, but I haven't really been, like, officially diagnosed with that yet or at all. The only reason why is because I was having visions of King Neptune, my biological father, and the dead man walking. That's a tornado. But, my mental conditions, I don't want to call them mental illnesses, but my mental conditions, they cause me to be different from other people. Like, people think I'm normal and everything. No, I am not normal. Like, people just think, oh, you're trying to get attention. No, I'm not trying to get attention. I'm just trying to get my stories out there so people know and so people understand. That's the whole point of all my YouTube videos. And, my mental conditions, they definitely cause me not to fit in. And, I never really been upset about that at all. Like, I never thought, oh, I wish I didn't have autism or ADHD. Surprisingly, I really never thought that in my whole entire life. That I never had autism, ADHD, borderline personality disorder, or bipolar disorder, or paranoid schizophrenia. No, I never thought that in my whole life. And I seriously never thought that. But no, I really never thought that at all. And in a way, I'm actually kind of glad. I don't want to be this normal person, this normal functioning member of society. I am so glad I'm not, because I hate society and don't want to contribute anything to it. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Like, the point of this video is I just want to get my story out there. That's all it is, just to get my story out there so you guys understand for myself. I'm not sure if you guys understand. I hope you guys understand that. I'm pretty sure you guys do. But that's the whole point, really. And, people have always told me, what I was getting to was, people have always told me, oh, well, maybe this isn't the right place for you. Like, I've heard that so many damn times. Like, in groups on Facebook, like this one group for gay people in Wisconsin, and they didn't like me at all, so they kicked me out of the group, and in web forums and everything. I was angry about that. It wasn't that my feelings were hurt. Like, it wasn't like, oh, they kicked me out of the group. But I was angry, like, oh, you guys kicked me out of the group, you motherfuckers, I don't care. And, it did kind of piss me off a little bit. Like, it wasn't, yeah, I guess I was kind of mad at the rejection. But, after a while, I actually, well, not even after a while, soon after, I actually felt glad that I didn't belong to them. And I'm glad I wasn't a part of them. In a way, I'm kind of building up a wall, and I'm just going to keep building that wall just higher and higher, and proud of that wall, my seawall. That's what I should call it. But, that phrase I said, this isn't the right place for you, I've heard that so many times. And I wonder, what if this life isn't the right place for me, really? Because I've heard that so many times. There's no places I fit into. And I really don't want to fit in anywhere, really. Because I hate people and I think they're stupid. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate everyone. I mean, I'm not mean to everyone. I try to be courteous and nice to everyone and try to be friends with everyone, I guess. Yeah, I do. Try to be friends with everyone and try to be friendly with everyone, because I don't want to be a mean person. But, like, I either hate people or I feel indifferent about people. I'm not really sure if indifferent about people. I'm not really sure about that. I mean, because I felt bad for all the people killed by the Joplin tornado, and, yeah, but that's a whole nother topic. I'll bring that up later. But, as I've said before, you've guys heard this in my self-mutilation episode of Joe Winko Talk. I said that I always believed that... Hold on one second. I said that I always believed that with life, if you're not happy with your life at all, and there's nothing you can do to change it, and there's no way you can change it, and if you really want to be gone, then you just shouldn't be here then. And that's what I said in that video, and I still kind of stand by it to this day. I don't mean to promote anything. But then, this one little boy who lives, like, far away, who was commenting on all my videos, but I told him to stop watching and stop following and stop commenting on my videos, because he kept leaving annoying comments on my videos. He, said, oh, Joe, you shouldn't be typing that on your video. You shouldn't be promoting that on your video. Guess what, motherfucker? They're my motherfucking videos. I can say whatever the fuck I want in my motherfucking videos, and if you don't like them, then you shouldn't be watching them in the first place. I didn't say that to him, but I definitely should have. I wish I did. Sometimes I wish I had that lack of self-control, so I can just throw that out there, but it's that self-control that stops me. Sometimes it can be a good thing, sometimes it can be a bad thing. But eventually I told him to stop watching my videos and stop commenting on them because he was leaving. First of all, he's only like 13 or 14 years old. He's too young to understand the stuff I'm talking about in my videos. No offense to anyone, but, you know, most of my YouTube followers, I know there's adults watching my YouTube videos, but most of my YouTube followers are like 11, 12, 13 years old, and they don't understand the stuff I talk about. They don't understand my life stuff I talk about. My videos on YouTube, like the hidden messages in my Sims 2 videos, how they like correlate with stuff in my life. No, they don't understand about that. They're just following me because they want to see the next Sims 2 video. And I didn't feel like making my next Sims 2 video because of that. And they just keep asking me, oh, when's the next video coming out? By the way, if anyone else leaves, do not leave comments like that on my YouTube channel, because the more I see comments like that, the more I feel like just deleting all my Sims 2 videos and just never posting them again. Because that pisses me off and that really annoys me. But I have them all backed up on a hard drive. I probably would upload them whenever I feel like it. But they would be taken down for a very long... I would take them down for a very long time. So don't ask me when the next Sims 2 video is coming out. Do not do that. Because that's really starting to anger me and annoy me. But, that's a whole nother story, but it is true, really. And another thing is, people think it's abnormal for me to think about death a lot, because I understand how it is. The thing is, it's human instinct for everyone to survive, really. It's human instinct for not just people, but for all living things to survive. It's instinct for living things to survive and stay alive as long as they can. And you know, when someone talks about death, like thinking about being dead and wanting to be dead and everything, people will say that, oh, you must be mentally ill or messed up in the head. The truth is, people get freaked out because of that, because that's abnormal. Because it's human instinct to want to survive. But when someone's talking about wanting to be dead and everything, people get freaked out from that because that's abnormal. That's the reason why they get so alarmed and everything, because that's abnormal. And people always get freaked out of stuff that's abnormal. They get freaked out of men who feel like they should be women because they feel like they are actually girls trapped in men's bodies. People get freaked out of that because they feel that that's abnormal, even though there's nothing wrong with it at all. They feel that that's abnormal and they feel that they shouldn't be doing that or stuff. They get freaked out of gay guys kissing each other and wanting to have sex with each other. They get freaked out of that because that's abnormal, because they believe it's normal for a man to want to have sex with a woman. They don't want a man to have sex with another man because they think that's abnormal and that freaks them out. That's the whole thing, really. And even racism, even. Like when a white person sees a black person and they look different from them and everything, and they think that's abnormal. They're not supposed to look like that. They're supposed to look like me. They're supposed to talk like me and everything, because that's normal. And some people just can't get over that. It all has different degrees. But that's absolutely true. And you know, you really would think that gay men would understand mental illness the most, really, because like they'd understand, like they always tell me, oh, well, why don't you just go and get a job? Well, you can't get hard and fuck a woman at all, so, and that's because of what your mind has control over you. And that's the same with me. I can't hold a job because it's too stressful and overwhelming. You guys already saw, I already explained this many times, the suicide story in 2014, when I tried running away to Arkansas in 2015, when I was almost taken by the necrophiliac in 2016. I already explained all of that. And when I almost died on the beach in 2017, but I'm gonna explain that later. I remember back in year 2015, it was in September 2015, 2 years ago, I hooked up with this white guy in his 40s on Grindr. He took me back to his place and okay, this is gonna get a little X-rated. He tried sucking me off and like tried making me come in his mouth, but he couldn't finish me off at all. And like we were going at it for like a whole, I think it was either 2 hours or 1 hour. It felt nice, but he wasn't able to get me off at all. I don't know why, my body was being weird. So he just took me back home, and while we were on the way home, we were talking to each other. I don't really remember how this conversation went exactly, but somehow it got to the times when I tried suicide. I think he was talking to me and trying to get to know me, and like saying that, oh, you didn't do drugs at all or anything, and I think that's what, led to it. And I said, no, but I have done other messed up stuff. And he said, like what? And I said, well, I tried killing myself a whole bunch of times, if that counts. And then he was like, oh, and then he got all sad and everything, and he said, oh, suicide is wrong, and why would you want to die? There's so many beautiful and lovely things about life, and he got so upset. And I didn't think much of it back then, because I thought of it again after a while. He dropped me off at home and everything, but I thought of it again after a while, and I thought, like, especially now, I thought that guy was completely egocentric in a way. He was only seeing things from his perspective. Yeah, he probably thought there were a lot of beautiful things about his life and everything, but he was failing to see it from my perspective. That's what so many people fail to do. They fail to see things from my perspective all the time. And in return, that makes me angry. I think they're really stupid and I hate them, and then I want to ditch them and leave even more. That's the thing. Because as I said, life isn't... It's not like I was wanting to die because that I hated myself and wanted myself to be dead. That is farthest from the truth. That is farthest from the truth. It's because I hate everything around me and I want to ditch all of them and leave. Like, during my self-mutilation, like, when I was slicing my wrist, people thought that I was angry and was, like, felt like I should hurt myself because I felt like I deserved to be hurt because I was mad at myself. No, that's not true. Whenever I sliced my wrist, I felt like that was my way of holding up my looking life right in the face and holding up my middle finger to it and say, I fucking hate you, you bitch. You will not hold me captive any longer. And I'm not saying that to my own face. I'm saying that to life's face, not to my own, to life. So don't get that mixed up. Like everything, hated the world and everything, and wanted to ditch it all and leave it all behind forever. That's the reason why. And yeah, but I never really, getting back to what that man said, I never really thought of it, but until now, until back then I did think of it though, and I thought it was really stupid that he said that, but I just didn't really give it too much thought back then, and I didn't even say anything. But now, let me talk about the reasons why I'm still here, and the reasons why I'm not dead yet, and why I never did, like, well, I did try to, but they didn't work, obviously, but I haven't tried it in a really, really, really long time, and don't ever want to do it again either. But let me talk about the reasons why I haven't died. It's because, first, I don't want to commit suicide at all, because I've tried it many times before, and the truth is, suicide is not easy. Like, it always annoys me, and it always really pisses me off when people say that people who commit suicide are taking the easy way out. That is the biggest fucking lie ever, and whenever someone says that to me, I literally feel like punching them in the fucking face, because that makes me so mad. Really. And, the thing is, it's not an easy thing to do. It's a horrible and painful and awful thing to do. Like, horrible and physically painful. And no matter what way you try to do it, whether it's overdosing or anything, it's painful and it's awful to do and it's horrible to do. That's why I never want to try it again, because that's the reason why, really. But, also another reason why I haven't died yet is because things in my life haven't really been, like, lately, things in my life haven't really been bad enough for me to die at all. But, not, like, things have been bad, but, like, nothing, like, extremely bad. And also, another thing is, I'm excited to move down south. That's one thing I'm really excited for. But, another reason is my subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is, there's two parts of your mind. I've learned this. There's two parts of your mind. One part of your mind that's always awake and conscious, and one part that's subconscious that you're not really aware of, but it still has some effect on you. And one person on a web forum told me that my subconscious mind, even though my conscious mind is probably okay with dying, that my subconscious mind is probably scared of dying still. And I'll admit, I do kind of fear death because I don't know exactly what's going to go on. Like, I think, like, if I fall over and die, I might start having some really freaked out and creepy visions of creepy stuff. And I'm going to explain that later because there's more to that story. But that's one reason why I'm afraid of death, really. Well, that's part of my fear of death I kind of have, too. And plus, it's like human instinct to fear death, really. That's natural for people to fear death. But death itself is natural. There's no reason to fear death. It's an irrational fear, honestly. That's what it is. And not knowing what comes after death or anything, but I kind of do have a good idea, really, of what comes after death. And I actually had a dream that I died one time and I saw the afterlife, but I'm going to save that for a whole other episode of Joe Winko Talk, really. But I do honestly kind of do fear death. But another major reason why I haven't died yet is because I kind of have faith a bit, believe it or not. That maybe, like, if I'm caught in a bad situation, I think, well, maybe things won't go bad at all. Because I don't really want to leave unless I know for sure that things are bad, they're done for, and there's no reason why I should be here anymore. I don't want to leave until, like, something is like that, really. Like, if I became homeless and there was no one there to help me, because I would never go to a homeless shelter. No way. No fucking way I would. Mark my fucking words, I wouldn't. But if I became homeless and had no place to go and was out on the streets, because I know no one on YouTube would help me, because I've been posting about that for the past several months, and you guys never did anything, despite how much I asked. But if that ever happened, and I became homeless, the thing that would happen is I would be so angry and so done with everything if that happened, and basically what I would do is just allow my impulses to fly out of control, and then God knows where I'd end up then. Like, I wouldn't, like, go on a murderous rampage or anything, but I would just run away, probably end up falling into a river and drowning, or probably, like, going out to a desert and dying, or wandering out to a forest and wandering deep in the forest and keep walking until I collapse and die of either no insulin or dehydration. Because that's basically the same thing that was going to happen if I would have ran away to Arkansas back in 2015. That's basically what almost did happen, but that asshole never took me there, so that's the reason why I didn't. But, the truth is, when God finally calls me home, I will be fine. That's what I know. Because, I do believe in God and I am religious. And, God, I think God is much more lenient than people say. I think that God understands me more than anything. He understands why I feel this way. He understands why I think this way. He doesn't take it personal. I'm pretty sure he understands why I hate everyone and want to ditch all of them and leave. And he probably doesn't even blame me for that either. But, every bit of pain I felt, he felt it. All my thoughts that I have, that I think all make sense, but everyone here doesn't think make sense, they make sense to him too. And he understands. He understands everything. But in a way, he is trying to he is making things better, actually. He's sending me to live down south. He's getting me out of Wisconsin forever. He's sending me to live down south. Not quite the way I was intending to move down south, because I thought I was just going to have someone was going to find my YouTube videos and say, oh, that's a nice guy, he should move in with me and have his life with me and everything. But I didn't find that at all. Instead, it's my adoptive parents who are sending me to live down south. And I'm still, believe it or not, I actually am very grateful for that, because I hate Wisconsin and want to leave forever. But no one was trying to help me get out of Wisconsin, but my adoptive parents were sending me down south. But it wasn't even their intention, because the reason why they're sending me down south is because that's the only place where they have relatives to send me to live at. So, yeah. But I'm still excited to move down south, though, because I hate Wisconsin and want to get out and leave, and I hate the cold and everything. And another really annoying thing that people say to me is that, oh, you're too young to be thinking of death. What the fuck does my age have anything to do with it? Death happens to all people, young and old. Young and old people all die at different ages. Some people even die before they're born, like my adoptive parents, like their real seventh child, who was a stillborn. He died before he even came out of my adoptive mother. And, some asshole from the Justice Boys web forum told me that guys on the Justice Boys web forums, they really are assholes, but I'm going to save that for another episode of Joe Winko Talk. Trust me, that one is definitely coming. Oh, I have so much to say about them. And another thing is, another idiot on the City Data web forums. I'm not going to get too in depth with the City Data web forums because that's worthy of a whole nother episode of Joe Winko Talk. I don't do well on web forums, really. Someone on the City Data web forums, when I was talking about death on them, because I post about my personal life because I want to get my story out there. That's the reason why. One person said, "Oh, you're only 22 years old. You don't know anything about life yet." That's what everyone was saying, because they were saying, "Oh, well, I'm actually 21, not 22, dumbass." But everyone was saying, "Oh, you're only 21 or 22 years old. You don't know anything about life yet. You haven't learned anything about life yet." I haven't. And then I asked all of them, tell me exactly what I have not learned about this world yet, and what I do not know about life yet. Tell me exactly. Not one of them had any answers to that question. Not one of them had any answers. As a matter of fact, when I posted that, everyone just seemed to ignore it, like I never asked it at all. Really, but I did ask. I said, "Okay, tell me exactly, what have I not learned about life yet? Just tell me." No one answered that question. Absolutely no one. You know, people... Another stupid thing about people that makes me so mad about them and makes me want to ditch all of them and everything. People believe that just because I'm young, that I'm stupid. But the truth is, I'm actually way fucking smarter than you fucking think, really. Cause, don't ever tell me that I don't know about life, cause I fucking do. Seriously. And I'm adding those swear words to add fierce to what I'm saying, so you guys understand. But, I know damn well, probably even know too much about life, really. I mean, here's what I do know. If you don't have money, or if you aren't if you don't have money, people don't really want to be bothered with you or don't want to do anything with you. People are really selfish. People say stuff that they don't mean. They make promises that they never keep. Sometimes they do keep them, but a lot of times they really don't. People stab you in the back. Literally, well, most of the time figuratively, but sometimes even literally as well, if you are in that situation. And there's fucked up people who do evil shit. There's stupid people who don't understand shit. And there's all nice and friendly people who actually do absolutely nothing for you and are just all talk and are perfectly possible to either turn into someone who's stupid and doesn't know shit, or who actually really is stupid and doesn't know shit, or evil who does stupid shit. And that's okay, that's not really everything, but that's a basic summary. And that's 100% accurate. I always believed that. And I don't mean to be pessimistic, but that's exactly the way I see it. And if all goes well, and I survive 20 more years on this earth, and let's say I come back when I'm 40 years old and rewatch this video, I am 100% sure I will absolutely agree with everything I have said in this video. I definitely will agree with everything I said in this video. Because, remember, I have autism, and when I say something, I mean it, and I hold myself to that. So I will hold myself to that. In 20 more years, I will rewatch this video if I'm still here by then, or even if I'm a ghost, even. Oh, I'll never change then. But, and I'll say that I agree with everything I said, and I'll say that I told the truth, because I absolutely am telling the truth. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some nice stuff, but what I said was absolutely true, really. Like, if I found a friend to take me on road trips down south and out east, that'd be really nice. But, besides that, the majority of people fit exactly what I said, really. And, Another thing is, getting back to death and everything, it has to do with my autism mind. Ever since I read the stories of Tammy Jo Alexander, Michelle Garvey, and Brittany Drexel, I did episodes of Chilling Crimes and Joe Winko talk about them. I'll have the link to those in the pinned comments. I always wanted to die far away from home and far away from everywhere, because I hate Wisconsin and I always wanted to leave. And also because, I don't know, I've been fascinated about this. I didn't want anyone to know who I was when my body is found, and I wanted to be buried in the cemetery as a John Doe and be unidentified, really. I know that sounds kind of twisted, but it's true. And, getting back to what I said earlier about when I almost died on the beach in 2017, late last month, the state of Wisconsin sent me a letter, and they were gonna cut me off of my. As you guys know, I'm on state health insurance. It's not my adoptive parents who got my insulin. I'm on state health insurance. That's how I'm getting my insulin and everything, because it's paid for by the state. They were gonna cut me off of my state health insurance. That's what they said they were gonna do. And, I can't live without insulin. I already explained that in one of my episodes of Joe Winko Talk called How Did Joe Die? I'll have a link to that in the pinned comments. And, I seriously thought they were going to cut me off. They said that they were going to cut it off in 30 days. And that wasn't enough time for me to, I was going to be moving down south. I knew of that, but I didn't have enough time for that, really. I mean, only 30 days. I wasn't going to move till longer than that, and I can't really last very long without insulin. So, I was really mad. I did call them and everything, and I posted an ad on Craigslist saying that I wanted to run away forever because they were going to cut me off of my health insurance. This was all last month. And I looked up on Google Earth. There's this huge abandoned stretch of beach. There's this huge stretch of land. It's an abandoned land on the coastal shores of Virginia. It's a beach. It's an abandoned beach, and it's huge. It's absolutely huge. It looked huge on Google Earth, at least. And it's abandoned and undeveloped. It's a beach in Virginia that people actually go camping on the beach. That's how big it is. And I wanted to be left alone there. Because if I was left out on a beach and was stranded somewhere without my insulin, I would eventually die, which is what was going to happen if they cut me off of my health insurance, because then I would have no way to get insulin at all. And, but my psychiatrist wrote them a note and told them not to, and then they called me back and told me that they weren't going to cut me off of my health insurance, and I was glad about that. And, the sad thing is, that actually has been happening to a lot of people. They were cutting them off their health insurance. And they can't get any of the stuff they need to live, and that's really sad, and that's really messed up, because unlike me, they aren't really okay with going to a beach and dying. So yeah. If they wouldn't have canceled it, that's where I would have died, and I wouldn't be here recording this video right now. I would probably still be. Wonder how long it would take for my body to be found. I'd probably still be laying on the beach, rotting and decomposing. My bandana would still be intact, and my necklace would still be, because clothes don't decompose, but I'd probably be, really pale, and all the blood would have drained out of my body, and I would have been, shriveled up and everything, laying on a beach. And when they found me and took my post-mortem picture, it probably wouldn't even look like me at all, because I've been laying there on the beach for so long, dead and everything. And I probably would never get identified unless my adoptive parents decided to exhume the remains of my biological father and submit them into the DNA database, and then a match was made. But that would take them years, because they don't even know where my biological father is buried. I know he was buried at a prison cemetery, but they don't know which one. It's somewhere in northern Wisconsin, I believe, but beats me. But that didn't happen, because they did not cut me off my health insurance. And I'm fine now, and I'm going to be moving down south like I wanted to. But there was another thing, and if he's watching this video, he might get upset with me for saying this. I was on the phone with this one man, and he watches my videos, and he told me that, because I was posting on Reddit about this too, and he told me that he found that post on Reddit, and then he said, don't talk about, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something in terms of this. He said, don't talk about death because once you die, you can't come back. Just remember that. Don't say that. And then, I didn't really think much of it at that time, but eventually it came back into my head, and then I thought of it. That's how autism is. Like, things don't really sink in, and you don't really think of things until later on, really. Especially if you're living in an apartment by yourself and just lollygagging here by yourself all the time, really. That's what happens. It gives you more time to think about stuff. But the thing is, after a while, I got a little mad about that, and I was like, he was talking about that like it's all my fault, really, that I was gonna die on a beach in coastal Virginia. Did he not understand that the state was gonna cut me off of my health insurance, and that I wasn't gonna get my insulin, and that I was going to die from that, and basically the blood was going to be on their hands and not mine, but it doesn't matter, they would get away with it. But did he not understand that? I mean, what the fuck was he saying? I had no other options, really. But yeah, they didn't cancel my health insurance, and I'm getting my insulin right now, so that didn't happen. But if it wasn't for that, I would have been on that beach, laying on a beach dead right now. So, did he not understand that? And that's another annoying thing. People always make claims before they know the fucking facts. I don't mean, this guy is actually pretty nice, and, well, I don't know. I mean, me and him, I don't know if me and him are even going to work out, really, but I don't know. We might, but probably not after he sees this, so, whatever. But seriously, that honestly did make me mad, really. And, another thing is, they didn't cut me off my health insurance. That's the most important thing to remember. I'm still getting my insulin, I'm fine, I'm not gonna run away to a beach and die, because I don't have to. And that's the thing, it goes back to the reasons why I haven't died yet. Nothing in my life has gotten bad enough for it yet. I mean, yeah, things have gotten pretty bad, and there have been moments where I was going to, like when I was going to be taken by the necrophiliac or run away to Arkansas or be left on the beach in Virginia to die, the abandoned beach in Virginia. But right now, everything is going fine. I mean, I was upset today, however, because I was trying to figure out how I can rig pedestrian models in 3DS Studios 2015 so they can work in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, but the programs aren't working right, and I can't get 3D Studio 2009 to work on my computer at all because it's not compatible with Windows 10 or anything. You guys probably don't know what you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but that's what I was upset about. Mainly today, really. But, I can figure something out. Maybe the people on the GTA web forums can help me. And even then, even if they can't help me at all, then I just won't be making any videos of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And then I would be mad, because I want to make more videos of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, but I'm just going to keep going on the web forums and keep asking for help, and keep asking for people to walk me through it and everything. And plus, I was a bit upset because I didn't find any more voice actors for my Sims 2 horror movie, Call of the Scarecrow. And I'm mad that Voice Acting Alliance web forums closed down, but it is what it is. I'll find voice actors somewhere. I'll just have to keep scouting them out myself and keep asking people online. I'll find that eventually. But, yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. As I said, I want to talk about myself, get all my stories out there, get you guys to understand exactly how I think. And that's it. So that's the reason why I thought of death all the time, because I hated everyone and wanted to ditch them and leave. I don't feel like I connected close to anyone, but it's okay, because I'm excited to move down south. And now you guys understand. That's the most important thing. You guys understand. And, I don't really plan on dying anytime soon. Hopefully I don't really have to, because there's still more stuff I need to talk about in my Joe Winko talks. I haven't got all my story stuff out there yet. So yeah, that's another important thing to remember. Plus, I'm really excited to move down south and leave Wisconsin forever. And plus, I don't want to fucking die in Wisconsin. God, are you kidding me? So, that's it for this episode of Joe Winko Talk. So don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. And that's it. Peace out, people.